Hi, Dad. Hi, everyone. I have to admit, I have probably filmed and refilmed this first video for the channel, I don't know, at this point, 30 times. It's ridiculous. But I know a lot more right now than I did just 2 weeks ago. So, hopefully this will come out okay. My intention today is to film the start of Fallout 4, and I'm doing this because my dad and I for years used to play Diablo a lot, all the Diablos, and we had a really good time together. But he's getting older, and I'm getting older. I've got some gray in my beard now, and us easily finding time to play a game together anymore, or talk about a game, or for me to get him set up with the game, it's rare. So I thought I would just run through this for him because it's really right in his era. It's a sort of 1950s retro futuristic kind of game, and I think it might interest him. And for everybody else, if you're watching and you wanna watch along, go for it. Press any button to start. So to start, I'm going to be playing a mostly vanilla game with a couple light mods. And the mods that I have are there just basically to protect me, because I'm going to be doing survival mode, which is, I think, the hardest mode that you can get for Fallout. It's the hardest version you can play. And it has some limitations that are pretty severe that I can't have when I'm streaming. For example, for my playthrough, I have save games enabled. Normally, in survival mode, you can only save if you find a bed and sleep in the game world. In my version, I'll be able to save almost any time. Not quite at the start, but outside of the start, I'll be able to save whenever I need to. There are a couple other little mods like that, but for the most part, it's unmodded, other than the few little protective things like that. However, once we get the game going, I will start adding in more mods and changes. I'll walk you guys through it as I do it. I also do have, under add-ons, I have every one of the add-ons, as you can see here. These are not mods, of course. These are the official products that came out for the game, the official expansions that came out for the game. So those are great. Creation Club, I don't think that I have anything from Creation Club. That's sort of a hybrid between the official content and free mods. It's like paid mods. I don't have anything from Creation Club installed. So it's a survival game. It might be interesting for people who want to play survival to watch, just to see how it's done. I'm going to try in this survival game to die not at all ever. So it's kind of an Iron Man mode, but not really, because if my character dies, I'll load it back up and we'll just keep going. I'm not going to stop myself if I die, but I'm going to try really hard to not die. And so people who are playing survival and want to see how that goes down, this might be good for you. And let's see, other than that, let's get going. Start a new game on survival, yes. Mods are currently loaded, yes. Achievements are disabled, fine. Yeah, I need the audio up so you can see it's about 30-second trailer.
War. War never changes. In the year 1945, my great-great-grandfather, serving in the army, wondered when he'd get to go home to his wife and the son he'd never seen. He got his wish when the U.S. ended World War II by dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The world awaited Armageddon. Instead, something miraculous happened. We began to use atomic energy not as a weapon, but as a nearly limitless source of power. People enjoyed luxuries once thought the realm of science fiction. Domestic robots, fusion-powered cars, portable computers. But then, in the 21st century, people awoke from the American dream. Years of consumption led to shortages of every major resource. The entire world unraveled. Peace became a distant memory. It is now the year 2077. We stand on the brink of total war. And I am afraid. For myself, for my wife, for my infant son. Because if my time in the army taught me one thing, it's that war never changes.
All right, that's the intro cinematic, and then we get a couple words of dialogue from our characters here.
War never changes.
You're gonna knock him dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hun.
You think?
Absolutely. Now get ready and stop hogging the mirror.
Right.
All right, so now we're going to actually turn down the volume. Why do we turn down the volume? There's a radio playing in the background, and I'm very nervous that YouTube is going to shut my video down if I let that audio play. But for right now, we don't need any audio because we're just going to do character configuration here, and then once we get going, we can turn off that radio, and we'll be fine. Move the mouse while holding mouse 2 to look around. Okay, great. So this is a fairly thorough character generator that you can mess with here. I'm not going to do anything particularly thorough, though. I'm just going to swap through some faces and see what we can do. Now, the first thing you should know is you can swap gender. So if you swap gender, you're going to play the female version, and she is canon. Her name is Nora. Canon for the game. Her name is Nora. She's a lawyer, and if you play the guy, canon is his name is Nate, and he's in the military. I don't know exactly what he does in the military. For me, as I play through, I'm going to be playing Nate, but I'm not going to call him Nate. We'll give him a new name. And I'm going to probably have him be kind of a thinner, wiry kind of dude, because I'm not really up for him being a bulky strength dude. We're going to make him more of a scientific type. So let's whip through some of these faces. We got a guy at the end of this list of faces, I think, although that one's not bad either for me. But I have a dude that I'm looking for. There we go. And then I think if we go to F for face, escape, I do not want to sculpt his face, I don't think. Oh no, I guess I do. Okay, face. Let's go to hair, and let's do color. I think I wanted something like that. Brown? Chestnut brown? Yeah. All right, I'm going to go with chestnut brown. Accept. And then, sorry, I don't think you guys can hear it, but they're chatting to each other as I do this. She's either complimenting him or making jokes about him as I go. But okay, so let's go back. And extras. No, we're not going to put any damage on the guy. At least not yet. We'll see what happens as he gets in trouble in the game world. But I do want to mess with the body. You can make any kind of body type here, and so you can have a really overweight dude. That's a possibility. You can have just a extremely muscular guy, something like that maybe. But what I want is somebody relatively thin, like maybe that, and there we go. We can see his arms. So those are okay. Those are small arms, but they're also muscular to a small degree. That's pretty okay. Let's accept that. So we're not gonna do actual stats for the character here. Right now we're just getting what he's supposed to look like. And I'm relatively happy with this. Super simple. You can get very serious into the character design if you care to. You have abilities to do things like make his jawline more imposing, change the size of his nose, ears, like all sorts of stuff can get messed with. But I'm happy with this default. So let's take this and go for it. All right, so one of the kind of funny things about this game is when you start, you're started. Like, this is the game already. This is it. We're in and it's happening. The first time that I played through this, I must have stood looking at the bathroom wall for like a minute. I was just like waiting for the next thing to happen. I was like, when do I get to start the game? And I didn't realize I was in the game. It was going. All right, so there's Nora. That's Nora is going to be my wife for this game, and I also have a kid. The kid is here in his crib right now. His name is Sean. But before anything else, let's turn off this music, and then I can swap out. I'm going to turn the volume back up. Okay, so when we come back in here, you guys should be able to hear things again. Let me tell you about the game world. Dad, this is mostly for you. Everybody else, welcome to listen in, though, of course. But so, Dad, the game, you can probably see it here, has these sort of like old-fashioned car often across the street there as we look through the window. Like the white wall tires and everything. Kind of looks sort of 1950s. There's some cars farther down the way there. Also sort of old-fashioned looking, although I believe that they're nuclear powered at this point. And the reason that these cars look like they're 1950s but are nuclear powered is that we're actually technically in the future. This game begins in October of 2077. And the idea of the game world, you kind of saw it in the introductory cinematic that we watched, is their world is kind of a copy of our world. It's a mirror of our world. The game world has everything in common with us up to when the bombs fell. 1945, we dropped nukes, and the moment that the United States drops those nukes, sort of their trajectory through the universe branched off from ours. And we went the direction we went, which was mostly miniaturization, right? Like, we now have everybody in our world has a cell phone in their pocket, beautiful full color screen. It can do anything you want. It's like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. You got a little guidebook in your pocket, tells you anything you need to know. In their world, they stayed relatively old-fashioned radio here, old-fashioned camera here.
We really need to get those vacation photos developed.
And it has kind of the rooms and the homes themselves have kind of a 1950s or 1960s look and feel to them. And part of the reason is that they celebrated the end of the war. They celebrated their nuclear power, and they really got excited by the prospects of it. And so, unlike our world, which got very cautious, they got very excited and ran forward with that technology. And so instead of miniaturization and instead of having, like tiny tech devices that could do anything, they went into nuclear power and robotics. And so that's why, and they celebrated the era where they won the war. And so what ended up happening is, even though it's 2077, they kind of got stuck here with 1950s style music. They got stuck here with 1950s style designs. They've loved this for decades. This is the sort of era they've been in, and everything has been, you know, exactly what they wanted, I guess. But they do have advancements in this 2077. As you can see here, we've got a robot down here at the end of the hall that we're going to go talk to. That's actually going to kick off the game in a minute. In addition to robotics, there are a number of other things. Like I said, the cars are now nuclear powered. But, you know, some things are still really old fashioned. Right there off in the distance, we can see at the far end of the wall there, I have a TV in my home, and that TV is black and white. They didn't really advance that tech. They were very much interested in other tech like robotics. So at this point, let's go in and talk to the robot, and we'll kick off the game, and then I'll talk more in a couple minutes.
Ah, good morning, sir. Your coffee. 173.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Brewed to perfection. And today's newspaper just delivered.
Grognak the Barbarian in the Jungle of the Bat Babies. My favorite. More of the same.
Careful there, sport. The Batman Tactical Nuclear... Oh, sounds like someone made a sticky. I shall attend to young Shaw.
You know, I was nervous at first, but Codsworth's really good with Sean.
But then we're looking at a cold front coming down from Canada, making it crisp and dry for next week's Halloween.
All right. So this is sort of the reality of the world that we start in. We're not going to stay in this era, though. It's going to push forward real quick. But right now, in their game world, they're dealing with something called the Resource Wars, which you saw in the intro cinematic. And it kind of uncomfortably parallels our world a little bit, which is they're overpopulated, and the world is now fighting for materials.
It's probably that salesman. He comes for you every day.
And so here's what we're going to do. When I open this door for the salesman, it's going to launch us into character building for the stats, the actual, you know, strength, intelligence, all that. I'm probably going to shunt that off into a second video because I don't want to bore you guys with it too much. So when you're done watching this video, if you want to see how I do stats for survival mode, you can watch the next video and it'll go into the details. We'll put all the details there.
Just answer the door and he'll go away.
All right, here we go.
Good morning. Vault-Tec calling.
Vault-Tec? Remind me again?
Why, we're about you, sir, and helping secure your future. You see, Vault-Tec is the foremost builder of state-of-the-art underground fallout shelters. Vaults, if you will. Luxury accommodations where you can wait out the horrors of nuclear devastation. You can't begin to know how happy I am to finally speak with you. I've been trying for days. It's a matter of utmost urgency, I assure you.
What's so urgent?
What's so important?
Why, nothing less than your entire future. If you haven't noticed, sir, this country has gone to heck in a handbasket. If you'll excuse my language, the big kaboom is... It's inevitable, I'm afraid, and coming sooner than you may think, if you catch my meaning. Now, I know you're a busy fellow, so I won't take up much of your time. Time being a precious commodity. I'm here today to tell you that because of your family service to our country, you have been pre-selected for entrance into the local vault. Vault 111.
Sounds great.
Oh, it is. Believe you me. Now, you're already cleared for entrance in the unforeseen event of total atomic annihilation. I just need to verify some information. That's all.
Tell me more about this vault.
Oh, it has all the amenities of the modern home, I assure you. Not to mention total protection from nuclear radiation and hostile mutants. A better future underground. It's not only our mission, it's our passion.
Sure, let's do it.
Splendid! Splendid. Now, let's see.
All right, here's character generation. I'm probably going to keep this part in the video, just not the whole thing, but I'm just going to give you a quick summary. I'll enter in a name. I'm probably just going to call this character Tony, let's say. And then you have 7 stats that are your abilities. And they call this the special system. And the reason they call it special is because if you look at the first letter of each word, it spells special, S-P-E-C-I-A-L. So you have 7 abilities that determine your character's, powers or things that he or she can do. And now I'm going to run through the various different abilities that I'm going to pick, but I'll probably, this is where I'm going to shunt it off into a different video. Okay, so it says R for accept.
Wonderful. That's everything. Just gonna walk this over to the vault. Congratulations on being prepared for the future.
Thanks again.
Hey, it's peace of mind. That's worth a little paperwork, right?
For you and Sean, no price is too high.
Good answer.
I have my moments.
Diplomacy all but suspended and
Mr. Tony, Sean has been changed, but he absolutely refuses to calm down. I think he needs some of that paternal affection you seem to be so good at.
You heard Codsworth. Go on. How are the 2 most important men in my life doing? Spin the mobile a bit. He loves that. Hey, how's my little guy? Much better now, huh? Listen, after breakfast, I was thinking we could head to the park for a bit. Weather should hold up.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Sir, Mum, you should come and see this.
Codsworth, what's wrong?
Go look.
Hun.
What's wrong with Codsworth?
Go find out.
We should check on Codsworth.
Go do it. All right, she's not going to do it. All right, let's get this game kicked off.
Yes, followed by flashes, blinding flashes, sounds of explosions. We're trying to get confirmation.
What?
We seem to have lost
What did he
contact with our
say?
affiliate stations. We do have coming in. That's confirmed reports. I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York and Pennsylvania. My God.
Oh my god.
We need to get to the vault. Now!
I've got Sean. Let's go.
Codsworth, stay safe, buddy.
And your family as well, sir? Oh, my.
Residents of Sanctuary Hills, if you are registered, evacuate to Vault 111 immediately.
Hey,
This is just a drill, right? This can't really be happening.
It's okay.
We'll drive to the coast! That's gotta be far enough!
Residents of Sanctuary Hills,
hey,
Head down to the bridge. The vault is up the hill.
111 immediately.
Vault participants, this way.
Leave the bags! Who cares?
Just help me pack it up!
All vault participants, check in at the gate.
That's absurd! I am
Not on
Vault
the list.
Tech.
You don't get in.
I'm going in. You can't stop me. Okay. I'm reporting this!
If you're in the program, step forward. Otherwise, return home.
We need to get in. We're on the list.
Infant, adult male, adult female.
Would
not
Okay,
in the vault
go ahead.
program.
Thank you.
Head to
Good
the
luck,
elevator.
ma'am.
You two,
God
follow
help
me.
us all.
Come on.
What's gonna happen to all those people outside the
We're doing
gate?
everything we can. Now keep moving. Step on the platform in the center. Sir, we need to send you down to the vault. Step on the platform.
All right, that's it. Send it down.
Almost there. We're gonna be okay. I love you. Both of you.
We love you too. Oh my god!
Hold on.
Can't this thing move faster?
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god!
So I always thought that should have probably cooked us. But some nerds on Reddit actually did the math on the real world sanctuary where the game is set and where the bomb fell, and it turns out it wouldn't have cooked the characters. But it sure seems like it should have.
We did it. We made it. We're okay.
Everyone please step off the elevator and proceed up the stairs in an orderly fashion.
No need to worry, folks. We'll get everyone situated in your new home. Vault 111. A better future underground.
So we just...
Yes, up the stairs.
I can't believe it. If we left a minute later...
No,
We'd all
don't
be-
get caught up thinking about that. You're safe now. Everyone, just head up these stairs and through the door there.
Here for you. All
Just
new
this way, please.
residents,
This way.
please proceed in an orderly fashion.
This way, please. Step over to the table, take a suit. Just step over to the table. Welcome. Pick up a suit right over there. Just this
Thanks. What now?
Just follow the doctor here. He'll show you where to go.
All right, you three. Follow me.
Well, go.
It's
Do
down
stuff.
the hallway right there.
This is our new home.
Oh, you're gonna love it here.
Right over there.
This is one of our most advanced facilities. Not that the others aren't great, mind you.
Over there. Take a suit.
It's gone.
Here
Our
you
home.
are.
Everything we had.
My mother and father down in D.C. Oh God, honey, what if they didn't make it?
I know this is a difficult time, but Vault Tech will be with you every step of the way. You'll thrive here.
Did you have
lost
any
everything.
family outside the city?
Oh, God.
Oh God. We'll never see them again.
How long do you think we'll be down here?
Oh, we'll be going over all that in orientation. Just a few medical items we have to get through.
Just checking everyone off the list as they come in.
As comfortable.
Prepared for the future, right?
Such a lovely family you have. I hope you'll see this as your new home.
Just step in here and put your vault suit on.
It'll be...
Who's my little guy? I'm not going far. I'll just be over there.
There he is, see? Daddy's not going far.
All set? Just step inside and put on your vault suit. The pod will decontaminate and depressurize you before we head deeper in the vault. Just relax.
Time for a whole new life.
Resident secure. Occupant vitals normal. Procedure complete. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think we're about to get our first indication that things are wrong. Things are going badly wrong. They're already wrong because bombs fell, but it's about to get more wrong.
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis suspended.
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
Come here. Come here.
No, I got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only gonna tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean.
Get the kid out of here. Let's go. At least we still have a backup.
Some bald, scarred dude. So we thought we were being decontaminated, but we've clearly been frozen. And we thought we were going down below to wait out some nukes, but instead somebody's killed our wife and taken our kid.
Cryogenic array. Vault residents must vacate immediately.
All right. Okay. We're now in like the second little gameplay area. The first was our home, of course. This is sort of like a small little mini dungeon that we go through to get out into the world again. I'm gonna just quickly whip through this entry area and get you guys out into the world, and then we'll end the video there. But so let me try and get through this as best as I can, and I'll tell you about things as we go. Let's start with dealing with my now dead wife, presumably dead wife, Nora.
Come on! There has to be a release! Come on, come on, come on! Oh, God!
I'll find who did this. And I'll get Sean back. I promise.
So can we open up the other ones? Let's see, who's this?
God. Why would Vault-Tec do this?
Malfunction in cryopod manual release override.
All right, let's look at the computer terminal. Let's see what they've got for us. Cryogenic array. Offline. Premature termination resulting in system failure. Okay. Life support. Offline. Premature termination resulting in system failure. Occupant status. Well, there we are. So we're down the list a little bit here. We're Nora and Sean and Tony. So what does it say about me? Remote override was engaged. Okay. What does it say about Nora and Sean? Manual override engaged. Okay, so what about the other people? What do they have? Let's try Mr. Abel. Asphyxiation due to life support failure. Mr. Russell. Asphyxiation due to life support failure. Okay. So the only difference between Nora and Sean and myself is Nora had a manual override done to her pod, and I had a remote override. So it's very convenient so that I can't see who or what did it, but something did something to me. Let's go. Boy, I really wish I had a light, because this is very dim. Hold on, let me see if I can increase the lighting on my screen. That helps a little bit. Alright, let's do it. Side room. Picking up stuff. Junk. More people.
Can't be the only one left.
Hello? Anyone?
Why? Why'd they do this?
We have a computer terminal. Let's see what we've got. It's the same as the other computer. Life support, same as the other computer. Pod occupants. These are different people. Let's try Kofran. No. I get the feeling they all have the same problem. Mr. Whitfield. Yeah. Okay. So, come down here. Everybody's in trouble. Okay. Let's just try one more to open with someone. Let's see if this works.
Malfunction in cryopod manual release override.
Okay. So, one of the things I said at the start of the game, let's see if I can pick any of this up and maybe use it as a weapon. No. No? Okay. Can I get out here?
Malfunction in emergency exit door override. Please contact your Vault-Tec maintenance representative for service.
Okay. Well, that's going to leave me with just one option. I'm going to have to go this way. One of the things I said in the introduction was that I had a couple mods installed just to help me to do things like, save the game. Instead of needing to find a bed to sleep in, I could just save the game anytime. Unfortunately, that mod does not kick in. I don't think it kicks in until I get a Pip-Boy, which is what's used for VATS, the Vault Assisted Technology. It's a little like armband with a little computer screen on it. Very old-fashioned computer screen, just black and white or blue and black. But I need to get that Pip-Boy in order to get at my inventory, and I don't have it yet, which means I don't have the ability to save yet. So I'm a little nervous to start going through here, because if I screw up and die, I have to go all the way back to the beginning. Giant bugs. Okay. No giant bugs coming at me. So, well, we're gonna try to pick up everything we can. Oh, there's a stim pack. That's good. Okay. We're picking up everything, including some things that are junk, partly because I already know I will need it. If I'm going to be doing a settlement playthrough where I actually care about settlements and try to make them work in this game run, I need all the junk I can get, because you can repurpose junk to help you build out your settlements. But also, I'm trying to pick up everything I can because I really want food and water and bottles, which I can use to carry water in. Because in survival mode, you have to eat and drink, or you start to take penalties. Now, let's take a look at this computer terminal and see if they've got any helpful info. Vault 111 Security Instructions. Vault 111 is designed to test the long-term effects of suspended animation on unaware human subjects. Oh, that explains why they lied to us and told us that we were just getting decontaminated. Security staff are responsible for maintaining installation integrity and monitoring science staff activity. Security staff. So this terminal is for security. That's good to know. And it just occurred to me, I think there may be a overlay on your screen from my previous attempt to do a playthrough of this. There is. So you guys are actually seeing a little bit of text on your screen right now. All right, so I've got that text up. We've got the mysterious bald scarred guy as one of the items on my to-do list. I suspect that item won't happen for a long time. But then I've also got Conquered listed there. That shouldn't be there yet. But we're about to, as we read through this stuff, we're going to see why I put Conquered on that list. I apologize. The list you see on your screen, actually I guess it'd be on this side of your screen. The list that you see there is the previous time I tried to film this. As I mentioned, I filmed this playthrough, this starting playthrough, like 24 times. And I really wanted to start with a list that was completely cleared out, but there's only 2 items there, so we'll keep them for the moment. All right, so Vault 111, Under no circumstances are staff allowed to deviate from the assigned duties. Insubordination or interference with vault operations are capital offenses. Security staff are authorized to use lethal force. So this is a security computer for the security team. Operations protocol manual. 3 items. Resident admittance. I'm not sure I'm going to read all of this, but let's just quickly go over this. All personnel are required to report to the entry area and assist with admittance. Research staff are responsible for resident intake. Residents not accounted for in manifest should be asked to step aside and detained forcefully by security if necessary. Oh, that's brutal. Once all residents have been sealed into their preservation chambers, dispose of any detainees. Okay. Staff duties. All right, we've got 3 kinds of staff. Now, this is the security terminal, so I guess the security would matter to them. We're going to read all 3. Members of the research team must daily monitor the vitals of cryogenically preserved residents. Cardiopulmonary and cognitive activity in particular must be recorded hourly. Life-saving intervention is only permitted if greater than 80% of the population has perished. Okay. Security personnel. Patrols carried out on a constant 8-hour rotation. Security priorities include monitoring for signs of intrusion, checking for atmosphere leaks, settling disputes among personnel, enforcement of stuff set out by the overseer, regulations by Vault-Tec, and finally facility and maintenance. Let's see here. Due to the nature of Vault 111, personnel will be expected to perform duties outside of their normal qualifications such as janitorial and food prep. The exact distribution of these roles is left to overseer discretion. I don't know if that's implying that they didn't have facility and maintenance and they just were like, science staff and security are going to do it. I don't know. But who cares? They're long gone at this point. All clear. The all clear message. Following a nuclear event, Vault-Tec will monitor hazards such as radiation levels, enemy invasion, subsequent attacks, and other factors. And once conditions are deemed safe, this terminal will receive an all-clear notice. Oh, okay. So this terminal did not get an all-clear notice. This is just telling you that you might get one. If you receive one, Vault-Tec personnel may be evacuated at overseer discretion. Disregard any notices from organizations or individuals not associated with Vault-Tec, including government and military. Okay. Mandatory shelter period. Vault-Tec is classified as a short-term assignment. Non-resident personnel are expected to carry out research duties and basic maintenance of the vault while awaiting the all-clear signal. In absence of an all-clear message from Vault-Tec, the overseer may elect to evacuate staff after a mandatory shelter period of 180 days. Okay. Great. We've gone through all of it. What's left? Security logs. Okay. Okay, so there's something interesting about this that I didn't know. My first time playing through this game, the dates were just noise to me. I didn't know. I could see they were in chronological order, so I knew if I read through them in order, I would get a story of some kind, but I didn't know what the significance of the dates were. But here's the thing. October 23, 2077, that is the day that we ran into the vault. So that's the day the bombs fell. Then December 25, obviously Christmas after running into the vault, and then March and April, and a last entry that isn't dated. So we don't know quite the full time period that's happened here, because that last entry is undated. That could be 6 months later, it could be a year later, it could be 10 years later. But the idea is that what we're seeing here is maybe security notes from the security team as they're stuck in the vault after the bombs had fallen. So here we go. It finally happened. The world's over. Barely got all the residents inside. Not everyone made it. Well, that's contradictory. You barely got them inside, but not everyone made it, so then you didn't get them all inside. But whatever. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. Now it's just us and the icebergs. I don't get it. The eggheads tried to explain to me that keeping them frozen is a big experiment for a better future or something. I don't know. Just doesn't seem right that we were smiling at them all that time before we put them on ice. Shouldn't we have told them something? It's now Christmas. Okay, Christmas underground. We got together with the rest of the security boys and the support staff, and we had a little party. Best gift that got handed out was a fancy lad snack cake that wasn't too stale. None of the scientists came. The overseer wasn't there either. I just don't get them. They're hiding something from us. Another company secret only for the higher-ups? Whatever, it's just a few more months until the all clear is supposed to come through. Then we can start rebuilding. March. It's only a few weeks left in our mandatory shelter period. Everyone is getting stir-crazy. Some people are even saying the all-clear signal is never coming. We can't stay here much longer, that's for sure. It's not just the fact that I've been staring at the same break room and bunk bed for over 6 months. It's the fact that we only have enough food left for another few months tops. Okay. April. The main door accessing the vault exit is malfunctioning. Now the only way out is through the Overseer's evacuation tunnel. How convenient for him. He has one of the science team watching the door into his office at all times from a little makeshift checkpoint. I got invited to a meeting tonight. Support staff and security only. Sounds like I'm not the only one with an axe to grind. All right, here we go. Last entry. No all clear from Vault Tech is coming. We need to leave. We're all but out of food. I almost murdered Stanley for dropping a damn salt cracker on the floor. Yeah, you know what? That's something that's always bugged me about, like, you see it in the movies where, like, a guy is like dying of thirst in the desert and someone shows up with like a canteen or some kind of bottle full of water and they give it to him and he just like pours it all over his face. He's just like, oh, and you're like, but you were dying of thirst. Wouldn't you want to drink all of it? Why would you be spilling it down the sides of your mouth like a really sloppy, stupid person who's just going to be like dying of starvation again in another hour if you aren't careful? Those movies never made sense to me. Okay, well, anyway, so at least they're being realistic here. They're running out of food and they're upset with each other if they screw up the food rations. A handful of us confronted the Overseer about opening up the vault. I never knew a man that small could shout that loud. Now he's locked himself in his office along with the rest of the science staff. We're supposed to hand over any food, weapons, and medicine we have by tonight, or there's going to be consequences. I've talked to everyone. It's time. One way or another, we're getting out of this vault. Yeah, I don't know that there's going to be consequences for the people with guns. They would be really stupid to turn over their guns to the Overseer. I guess the Overseer's like the leader, but I mean, they're in the apocalypse. I don't know that I would. I don't know. I'm not giving up my guns. Okay. So, you know what? That's actually kind of weird. If you look at this poster, which presumably was put here, like as they were building out this vault, what would that be in like 2075, 2076, 2077? They're building the vault, and somebody goes through and starts putting up posters. But look at this poster. That insect is so big, he's throttling the insect's neck, and his hands just barely cover the neck, don't even fully cover the neck. That insect is gigantic. It looks like a praying mantis. That praying mantis would be bigger than my face. It's as big as my chest. And then, that doesn't make sense, because they didn't have insects that massive at the time. How would they know that we would end up with these, like, you can see it over there. That's a cockroach. That's a cockroach. There's a bunch of, there's another one right there. That's a bunch of bugs that are huge. But like, this poster looks like it was made not for 2076 before the bombs fell. It looks like that poster was made for whatever the time is now. Okay, well, weird posters, but what's this other poster say? Safety first. Okay. Sliding door, open. All right, so now is where I get really nervous because, oh, I still don't have my saved games available, and I think we're going into trouble. Yeah, that is a bug. Press mouse 1 to attack. Okay. Ah! Okay. Certain events such as taking hits,
Roaches? What the hell?
using chems or uncooked food will cause you to have, what did that say? Sickness, disease? I can't see what the pop-up said. It went away too quickly. Well, I'll take that meat. I need to eat. If this creature got me sick, I have no way really to know because, again, I need a Pip-Boy in order to get my inventory up on screen and get my character stats on screen. So if it's telling me I'm sick, I have no way to really know. I have a bottle and it says I can fill it. Purified water added. And I can drink. Oh, and that drink is healing me. There's a little health bar. I think it's this way for you guys. Down in the corner, there's a health bar there. And as I drink, I think that health bar is filling. I lost a little health from that insect, I think, just now. Okay, I don't want to open that. Where's that? Okay, so I think I was over there at that other window, and now I'm on this side. And so that's a bunch of bugs. Okay. We're going to go this way first. We're going to pick up everything we can. We'll take that coffee cup. Beer bottle. Beer bottle. There's a trick here about movement and picking things up. I press E to pick things up. So if I want to get that coffee cup, right, I press E. On the console, whatever you would press to pick that item up is the same thing you would press to sit. So I'm E to sit and E to pick up. And it's really annoying because if you're just trying to like spam E as you go across a table to like pick up everything, you often will find yourself sitting down at the table, which is a whole animation that slows everything down. And I hate it. But the nice thing is if you wear power armor is not allowed to sit. And so I sometimes will try to have power armor on, even if I don't need power armor on, just so that I can move around and pick things up without having to worry that I'm going to get auto-seated. All right, let's take a look at that. How did I pick this up? Well, the same button you use to pick things up or to take things, like E for taking things there, you can just click and hold on it. So whatever button you would press on the console to grab something, if you click and hold, it'll pick the item up and hold it in midair. And then you can press it again to drop it. But another nice thing you can do, if you pick an item up like this, is you can then hit the reload button for your gun, whatever button that is. In my case, it's just the R key, and it will hurl the item away from you. Like that. I don't think it hurts anybody if you hurl an item at them like that. So it's not really a good attack system, but it is handy if you're trying to like clear out an area that's full of boxes and you just want to throw them all out of your way. An interesting thing to know about the boxes is only those raggedy empty boxes like that can be picked up, because if we go over here to these boxes, this one is a newer box. I can't get it. This one is a sealed box. I can't get it. So there's sort of a visual cue that will tell you this is one of the ones you can move around. And sometimes those raggedy old boxes will have stuff in them. In fact, there's one place where you can get, I think, 4 fusion cores hidden in one of these boxes. And there's another place where you can get 1 fusion core in the box. But very often they're empty and they're useless. All right, we'll, oh, bottles. I need those to drink water, store water. Okay, recreation terminal. We'll get to you in a second. Nothing in the fridge. Coffee cup, hot plate, toaster, coffee cup. I can't use coffee cups to store water, so it's a little bit useless for me to pick them up, except that I think coffee cups can be broken down for ceramic in the game, and I think you need ceramic for some of the guns that you can play with. Okay. Alright, maybe we got everything that's here, maybe? There's a whole other room here. I want to go back to that computer terminal that's behind me. Can I pick these guys up? Hey, look at that. I can pick him up. Can I throw him? Yeah, okay. Alright. This is a little too dim. I don't know how you guys are seeing it. I don't know when I record, do you guys get the raw video feed, or do you get what I get, which is a very dark, I'm getting a very dark version of the game right now. Okay. Alright, well, we're going to have to go with it for right now like this. We'll fix it up later. Okay. Now, I did mention that the way you save the game is you find a bed and sleep. In survival mode, at least. In the regular game, if you're just doing normal mode or something, it's fine. You can save whenever. But in survival, you need to sleep. Unfortunately, I don't believe that these beds will let me sleep, even though it says I can. So let's try it.
Gotta keep moving.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to sleep in this game, I think, until I escape this little mini dungeon I'm in with the cockroaches. Okay, but we wanted to go back to the computer, so let's deal with the computer now. Overseer memo. Use of the recreational terminal is a privilege. If work performance declines, this privilege may be revoked. Okay. Top 10. List of names. Okay. Play tape. Yeah, okay. You know, I'll play the tape for 1 second. Well, not literally 1 second. For a few seconds, just to show you guys the level of tech that they have for their computer systems. It's kind of like our 1980, 1979 kind of tech. Here, I'll show you. This is their idea of a video game. All right. How high can you get? Ready? And I'm not actually gonna play this, but this is very like Donkey Kong, you know, like anybody who remembers those old games from the 80s. Like, this is a really old-fashioned kind of game. But this is the technology level that they're at for this kind of stuff. This was really not their thing, you know. They were way more into robotics, and so they advanced other technologies, and this technology didn't go anywhere. All right. Quit game. Yes. Now, that game is playing on a tape or a holotape, and you can see at the bottom of the screen that it says I can eject the holotape Red Menace. So let's do that. So now I no longer have an option to play the game, but I do have an option to load a holotape. It's listed at the bottom of the screen again. I'm not going to load up that holotape, although, you know what, I will just to show you guys the interface. Let's hit R. So choose holotape to load, Red Menace. It's the only holotape I own right now, so the only option is Red Menace. But I think I can tab out of that. Yeah, okay. And I'm going to tab out of this computer entirely. Why did I take that holotape? Well, I now have that video game with me in my inventory. And one of the things that you might remember seeing at the beginning of this when we started out was that there's a section for mods in the config screen here, mods. But also there was a section listed. You can't see it right now because we're now mid-game, but back when we hadn't started the game, there was a section for Creation Club, and I mentioned Creation Club is it's a hybrid between official products that you can get for the game, you can buy for the game, and like the mods that like random creative people have added to the game. It's like paid mods. And in Creation Club, I believe that there are video game crates or boxes or whatever you call them, coffins, chests. I don't know what the right terminology is, but you can get the video game stands that you know, all people my age, Gen X, probably remember from when we were younger. The big video game stands where you could actually stand at a video game and play it and dump quarters into it. You can get those as an optional mod that you buy in the Creation Club. And then you take all of the holotapes that you acquire through the game, all these little tiny simple games, and you can put them into these video game stands, and you can end up with an arcade in the game world that you can walk through and play. All right. This is, yeah. I still can't save. I need my weapon out. How do I get it out? That's how I get it out. Okay. Okay, so left mouse click will swing, right mouse click will block. I'm gonna stay way far away from the random electricity. Try to survive in survival mode. Looks like it got that. It got that cockroach. A giant cockroach. There's one. There's two, actually. Just mouse 2 to block. Yeah, I know. Oh! Are they getting zapped? Can I just lure them all in to get zapped? Oh no, it's called a rad roach. I'm not getting flanked, am I? No. Okay. Well, he's not very aggressive. Oh, both of them got zapped. Look at that. Okay, maybe I don't have to fight. Maybe they'll just all get zapped. Where is that third one? Got you. Oh, did he manage to hit me? I have a little health down. That's weird. I guess he did. There's a little red dot on the screen. I guess he got me a little bit. Dang, I thought I hit him before he got to me.
What happened here? Where is everyone?
I really want to get to that rad roach meat because I'm hungry, but I'm not going to risk it and go into those giant bolts of electricity. That sounds really bad. Okay. That's another one. Okay, now I'm actually hurt. Alright, that's not good. But I lived. Oh, and we have a sink, and that should heal me up. I'll fast forward you through this. Okay. We're good. I filled up all my water bottles, and I drank as much as I could. I'm at the best health I can be at right now. Let's go.
Is this all that's left?
Love the stim packs. Stim packs restore 30%, heal damaged limbs, and can be favorited for quick use. Press F to do something. That went away so quickly. Oh, there it is. Press F to view your available favorited items. Oh, and it swapped me for a gun. F. 3, 0, or 4 to use a favorited item. F. Well, there they are. Okay, so 3 is a person holding an axe. It kind of looks like the handle is just destroyed on the axe, but I think it's actually an outline of a hand holding. Okay, so there's an axe, there's a gun, and there's a shot. And so the shot is going to be the stim pack at 0. I don't want to press that right now. I'm okay. But 3 and 4 are weapons. Let's get out of this, and let's try 3 and 4. Great. Okay, and there's a little bullet count down there. I've got 50 bullets, it looks like. Awesome. Maybe I have 62. I think I have 12 loaded and 50 remaining. Okay. Alright. Okay, we'll keep the gun. We'll keep the gun for right now. Thank you. Can't pick that box up. And this might look like one of those old raggedy boxes I was talking about that you should be able to pick up, but it's filled with files, and so it's not going to be one of the ones you can pick up. Generally, the ratty box needs to be empty or seemingly empty, and then you'll pick it up, and it might have more. I don't think I want to go through here. I can't go through here.
Terminal's got this locked.
Okay. All right, well, there's a computer terminal right there, but we're not going to go to that yet because look at all this other stuff. First, let's do this back room. I'll take a lab coat. Nothing. I'll take some cigarettes. Why that's preserved, I don't know. That shouldn't be preserved for that long. Although, to be fair, I don't know how long it's been. Although that is pretty decrepit looking. Nothing in the mirror. Okay. Can't pick up these boxes. Got a second gun. Okay.
Nice. Coming back later for you.
Alright, so that's some kind of cryolator gun. And that's to unlock that, I need to be a master unlocker. And I'm not. Okay. I mean, this is the only option left, I think. I think we've done it all, so... Oh, no, it's not. There's eyeglasses on the table. We'll talk about the eyeglasses in a little bit later. Eyeglasses are important, and I wish I could put them on myself right now. If I take them, they do not go on me, and they're just sitting in my inventory. But since I don't have a Pip-Boy, I can't get in my inventory yet. We'll get a Pip-Boy in a moment. A bunch of stuff. The Overseer Instructions. Vault 111 is designed to test the long-term effects of suspended animation on unaware human subjects. We've already read that. Long-term monitoring will be handled remotely by Vault Tech technicians. Now that's interesting. That last sentence in the first paragraph there. Because what we saw just at the start of us being in this little dungeon area after we were frozen, was that my wife was released from her cryostasis manually. They just walked up and pulled the lever. But I was released remotely. And here they're talking about long-term monitoring is handled remotely by Vault Tech. So it's possible that Vault Tech is the one that freed me from this. Maybe I was like the only surviving person left, and they were just like, open it up, get him out. Okay. Under no circumstances is suspension to be disrupted. Well, mine was disrupted. This includes the administration of life-saving measures. Your staff is also considered expendable. Insubordination or attempts to evacuate prematurely are capital violations. Unused pods are the preferred method for cadaver disposal. Okay. Terrible. Cryolator, that's the gun that we just saw. I've long dreamed of making cryogenic freezing available in portable on-demand form. Okay, so this is the Overseer's terminal, so I guess this is the Overseer talking, and he says that the cryolator is my latest attempt. Thankfully, we're in no short supply of the chemicals and components I need to tinker with the prototype. It's a nice way to occupy time as we wait for the all-clear signal. Operations Protocol Manual. So we've already read this stuff, right? Like if I go to staff, it's going to be the 3 different kinds of staff. Yeah, we've already read this stuff. Okay. Overseer's log. So his aren't really dated. We'll assume they're still in chronological order. This one, October 23, will be when the bombs fell. This is pre-bomb, I guess. This will be post-bomb. Oh, and there's a mutiny there at the bottom. That seems expected based on what we've already read. Let's take a look at preparations. Final staff orientation is complete. All but a few of the residents down in Sanctuary Hills have been enrolled. Several from Concord as well. So, if you look on, I think for you guys it's this side. If you look on that side of the screen, in white text it says Concord. It says Mystery Man and Concord. And that text is sort of my to-do list as I'm going through and seeing like cool stuff that I care about. And so this was the first thing that I noticed. Those 2 entries, as I mentioned, are from my previous attempt to film this video. But we'll keep them. And so this terminal entry here talking about Concord. So Concord must be near Sanctuary Hills. It's a place. It's got to be nearby. I don't live in Massachusetts. I wouldn't know. But they're mentioning it, and it's something interesting. We'll keep an eye out for it. Vault Tech supervisors came up this week to do a technical review. The vault is ready to open. I can only imagine what wonders our residents will get to witness. The notion of leaping forward in time. I almost wish I could join them and see the promise of our future realized. Well, apparently the leaping forward in time didn't work out because everything broke. So here we go. System malfunction. Strange issue today with Pod C3. A subject appeared to be having heart palpitations. Nothing life-threatening, but it was unusual. We realized almost too late that the pod was malfunctioning. The cryogenic array almost started thawing her out. We're not sure, but I suspect a hiccup in Vault Tech's remote override systems may have sent an errant signal. We'll have to keep an eye out. I only hope their systems are reliable once we evacuate the staff. So I think all of us that were frozen, I think we were going to get left behind once the staff left. Supply is running low. There's been no all-clear signal yet, even though we are nearing the end of the 180-day mandatory shelter period. Supplies were never intended to last much more than that, and despite my best efforts, people are beginning to question what we are doing down here. If people think we can just leave when the 180 days are up, they're insane. The radioactive exposure would still be potent enough to fry everyone if the vault seals are breached that early. The whole point of the all clear was to receive additional instructions from the main office. I don't know what to do. I can't open the vault. I can't expect supplies to last forever. I just have to keep everyone blah blah. What did it say? What was the end there? I just have to keep everything under control until the all clear. Oh, buddy, I don't know that that's going to work out for you. Mutiny. A faction led by security have turned on me, demanding that they be allowed to leave the vault. Idiots. I will not open the door to be irradiated to death out there. I'm consolidating the remaining supplies, putting the staff on lockdown. We're going to have to start prioritizing who deserves what little food we have left. I have been too damn generous with the rations. If people don't like it, well, that's fewer mouths to feed. Boy, this overseer is extremely cocky considering that he's not the guy with the guns. You know, there was a story on Reddit recently. This is 2023 as I'm filming this, and I think like early 2023 there was a story. Maybe it was even late 2022. There was a story on Reddit about a conference that had a number of wealthy people in attendance, and it was like the rich dude conference. I don't know what it was all about, but one of the things that they were discussing was as climate change happens and things get, I guess, more scary in the real world, what were these wealthy people going to do in terms of having bunkers for themselves? And one of the things that came out in this conference is they were discussing what to do with security. They had to have security forces to keep, random dudes like me from trying to break into their vault and take all their food. So they'd need to have people with guns, but then the question became, well, what happens if the people with guns turn on you? And they started discussing all sorts of crazy things. And one of the things they talked about was like having like little like necklaces or other things that had explosive devices on them so that they could, blow up their security teams if the security turned against them. I think that's crazy. But if you're a rich dude, I guess you spend your money however you want. And so I guess that's, a thing they could talk about in a conference. But it's interesting to see it play out here in the game too, where you have these people who are in control, but they're not the ones who are running security. And they're now trying to exert control over security in the middle of a crisis, and security is not on their side anymore. And the question really becomes, who's the real leader at that point? And almost certainly it's not the overseer. But that overseer is very confident for not having guns. Next entry. Open evacuation tunnel. Opening tunnel. Personnel evacuation tunnel is now open. Remind all staff to be orderly and follow shutdown protocols before exiting and resealing Vault 111. Please maintain all staff records and research. Okay. There it goes. Great. Oh. Those are bugs. Got one. That's another one. Wait. Oh, he's coming at me. Ooh, I gotcha. Adrenaline is increasing your damage. Stay awake and get more kills to increase the bonus. Sleeping will reduce the bonus. Okay. Got some food. Press Q to target enemies in vats. But I don't have a Pip-Boy. To mark a target for attack, highlight it with the cursor and press mouse 1. Guns can target specific limbs. Melee weapons cannot. What? To leg, torso, head. Press tab to exit vats. How am I in vats? I don't have a pip. I have no vault assisted technology on me right now. I'm just a dude who was frozen with a gun. I should not be able to do vats. But I can. Alright, the most I can do is 4 shots. Let's try it. In fact, no. Hold on. Let's give you 2. Let's give you 1. I'll give you 2. Okay, sure. Thought there were 3 dudes. Oh no, I didn't get him. There, I got him. Now, didn't I? Ah, here comes another one. This is how I should be doing it. I should be shooting without VATS right now. Here comes another one. Oh, he's running. He's smart. No, he's coming at me. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yes, thank you, VATS. Okay. Why am I able to do VATS? That's very weird. Press R to reload. Okay. So my maximum is 12 bullets in the chamber. In the chamber. In the clip. Okay. Oh, this is pretty dark here. And I still can't save, and it's freaking me out. Press V to sneak. While hidden, you do increased damage. Okay, I'm now sneaking. Avoid bright light. Use melee attacks. Move slowly. No, I'm not going to do any melee attacks. Thank you. Perform melee attack with a gun. Press B. Okay, I'm not worried about that. So I can attack with my gun as B. I can zoom in like this or get myself looking down sights, and then I can shoot. I'm just going to do that. Sneak attack for double damage. Good.
Is anyone alive? Did anyone get out?
Okay. Finally, we have my Pip-Boy. So this is their world's version of like a portable device. It's pretty bulky. It's just in, monochrome, but it's gonna unlock a lot of potential for us, so it's good. Select the tab with mouse 1. Change selections with A and D. Yeah, there's my stats. In fact, this is the thing I was talking about. I wanted the Pip-Boy because we had those glasses, and I said that I wanted to get those glasses on because they would do something for me. So here we go. Inventory, apparel, eyeglasses. Let's put them on. No, don't take off my clothes. There. Okay, eyeglasses on. So now my perception is 3 instead of 2, and it's got this little plus sign next to it to show that it's been manipulated somehow. I'm boosting it, and I'm boosting it with this gear, the eyeglasses, because the eyeglasses give a perception bonus of 1, as you can see there where my cursor is. So if I turn off the eyeglasses or take off the eyeglasses and go back, my perception is back down at 2. There's clothing for all sorts of stuff. You can get clothing that will help with all kinds of stats. I'm hoping at some point to get like a charisma set of clothes so that I can... I really want to get my charisma up really high without putting more points into it. I'd rather just use clothing to get my charisma up if I can. At least for a while until I have some levels on me. These 2 vault suits don't have any difference, it doesn't look like. Oh, you can see there, if I put on the Vault Tech Lab coat, it says it gives me an intelligence boost of 2. I'm currently maxed out for intelligence of 10, but if I put this on, let's see what my intelligence is now. I go past the maximum, and I'm at 12. That's pretty cool. Okay, but I don't think I want that one, because that one just gives me an intelligence boost. It doesn't give me any kind of damage resistance. I'm going to keep wearing my existing jumpsuit. And, oh, and this ring is the extra ring from my wife. Okay, that's kind of sad, but okay. These guys have hearts by them because I think they're already favorited. I think the heart means favorite. So I've got a gun in a favorite. I've got security baton in a favorite. I've got stim packs in a favorite. But I don't have water in a favorite, and I think we should do that now. Oh, and I need quick save in a favorite, too. I finally got my save. Okay, so Q. So quick save is going to be 1. Water, you can be 2. Food should be 3, although that's terrible food. You should never eat raw food like this. If you eat radroach meat raw, it says RADS 11 here, and what that means is you're going to get radiated a little bit. The more radiated you are, the more it will eat into your bar of hit points. So if you get really radiated, you could end up with like a big red block over your hit point bar, and it will block your hit points from being filled up. So I really should not favorite that radroach meat, because if I accidentally eat that meat when it's uncooked, let's keep going. Let's see. Vault door controls. It wants me to mess with the vault door controls, but I'm not done here, so let's not mess with that yet. Okay, so I think this is back at the beginning. We're back at the beginning. Yeah. So I came here and I picked up stuff at the beginning and tried. I was like, can I use any of these as weapons? And I couldn't. And this door was stuck closed, but now it's opened. I guess because I found the Overseer's computer. You can probably barely see this. But that's some 10mm. I'll take it. Chair to sit in. I don't want to sit. More 10mm. I'll take it. Skeleton dude.
Am I the only one left?
Yep, you are in an empty wasteland, bro. Another vault jumpsuit. I'll take it. We're not going to go into that water. Okay. Maybe we have everything now. Let's try messing with this.
Vault door cycling sequence initiated. Please stand back.
Okay. I think that's where we came from. It's closed up now. That's weird. This is closed up. Okay. They closed once I opened this. Got it. Alright. What's that noise? There. Okay. Great. Alright, so I think this is going to be the last time that we can mess with our character. I think when we get onto this, we're exiting this little introductory area and we're heading out into the world. And so this will give us a last chance to play with the character. It's a little bit silly that they give you a last chance here because we've never once leveled up the character. We have no idea if we like our stats or not. We don't know what's going on really. But this is your final chance. So let's take a look. Do you want to change anything? Change your name or special attributes. I don't want to change those. Change your appearance. I don't want to change that. I'm finished. I'll exit the vault. Now, once you get out into the world, you can actually still change your appearance. There will be places you can go where there are ways to change how you look, but I think it will cost you as you do that. This is your last freebie, basically. But I don't want to change anything. I'm fine with my character.
Enjoy your return to the surface, and thank you for choosing Vault Tech.
All right. So I said I was going to get us to the surface, and then I was going to end the video, this first video. Here we go. I'll probably talk about like one or two things real quick, and then we'll end it. But I'll at least get you out so you can see what the world is like. Okay. I've got a note that says, go home. All right. So, this is the world that we come to. Now, if you remember, the bomb fell like over there somewhere. And then we went down from here. And there's like some dudes on the side here. I don't know if those are people that tried to get in and couldn't, or if those were the people who were like, were they running this little thing here? I think this is what powers it. The Vault 111 elevator. So there was a guy here running things. So there's loot here. Let's take it. Stim pack. Rat away. Ooh, bottles. Another bottle. Oh, it's not even empty. Folder, wrench. Okay. So, I don't know. I guess maybe that could be one of the guys who was working on it. I don't remember what the dudes were wearing. But anyway, we don't have to worry about those skeletons. What's interesting is this is our game world now. We're going to go out into the wastes, essentially, into the irradiated world, and we're looking to try to find our son, Sean, and maybe avenge our wife. You can see down there, that is where I'm looking. That is the bridge that we crossed over to sort of run up the hill and get into the vault in the first place. We're going to head back down there and get into our very ruined home. That'll be video 2. So probably what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick up all the loot that I can find here. Like there's some yellow crates here that probably have loot in them. So I'm going to clear out this upper area here, and then I'm going to start running back down to my home, at which point we'll pick up the next video and we'll see what it's like to enter into Sanctuary, the ruined Sanctuary, and see what the world is like. Also, I will probably immediately after this video have a video going over my stats, since I didn't include that in this one. All right, well, thank you guys for watching. Dad, I hope you watched, and I hope you got to see at least to the beginning. Dad, I hope you'll watch at least one more video, because everything you've seen so far is just the setup. It's just we're somewhere in the future, and bombs fell, and we don't know anything about it. We're just in an apocalyptic world now. But I'd really like you to see at least one more and see what the world is actually like once we get down in it. There's some interesting stuff to it. And it gets a little more exciting because there's a little more combat. It gets a little bit crazy. All right. Well, anyway, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.